Mic check. Mic check. 1, 2. What's that?
open move, don't use, abuse, and then you refuse. What the people use some word, or some me I use. You put tools from all you can, walking on me shoes, some me blocking on me way. If she come to move, get the princess, live comfortable. She's always there in the time of battle. Like the rock of sugar, and I move her soul with her. Give me African princess. I'm every lover of Texas. Give me African daughter. From she's not just love can't cross the border. Rise me up this morning, give time to see the rising sun. I can't think about that. Even when it's dawning, give time to see the day come. Cause the time is so perilous, my time is so dangerous. In this time you don't know who to trust, no. But it's so easy. Give thanks and praise. Yeah, every day, always. It's so easy. Not just follow. Lamarto. What? Trevor Reed. It looks like it's a digital. It says a digital. Now you can do it from JC, the man Walker from CC, Emilia Rousseau from Charges. Why they went to start? I think it's the Kingston because I know that years ago time when Manchester City
And we're here. Welcome to Kingston Spring Football Field. And this is the first of two for KSAFA Super League doubleheader. And at 6:30, which is about now, it is Santos they're facing off against Central Kingston. Central Kingston, who are in first at the moment. And Santos still yet to win a game here in the KSAFA Super League, as the captains of both teams just shaking hands. That's Mario Palma for Central Kingston and McPherson for Santos. So just to give you the lineups as the teams get ready. For Central Kingston, we have Kareem Brown, Ronaldo Henry, Romario Palma, the captain, Andre Smith, Akeem Robotham, Alvin Nelson, Fabrizio Burton, Jaheim Brown, Ronaldo Brown, and Michael James, along with Akil Garden. And then on the bench, we have Tajay Campbell, Romario White, Troy Neer, Ewan Murphy, Tarani Roberts, Huane Wright, Kenneth Ellis, and Romario Davey. And then for Santos, Nico Jolly, Jeffrey Grant, Hogarth Henry, Shaquille Battis, Sheldon Jones, Shea Smith, Sherton McPherson, the captain, Tariq Burke, Roy Evelyn gets his start, Gavin Burton, and Clive Jarrett. And then on the bench, we have Jabari Chance, Derlan Hyatt, Shamar Walsh, Dante Green, and one Terrence Allen. So Dante Green was actually been a consistent starter in the middle of the park for Santos, and he is on the bench for Santos. Pretty surprising, but the show must go on. As I said, Central Kingston sitting atop the table. They still have only lost one game, and the others, they have won all of them. So out of 7 games, Central Kingston have won 6 and lost only 1. And then Brownstown behind them on 16. They've won 5, drawn 1, and lost 1. And Santos, as I said, yet to get a win. Out of 7 games, they've lost 5 and drawn 2. So the first place, Central Kingston, they're facing 6th place, Santos. As we see a ball sent forward here. And Santos with possession. Ball sent back into the defense. They were trying to search forward. And now they can attack McPherson. Send that ball across, trying to find Roy Evelyn, but unable to. It's still McPherson at the moment. McPherson twisting and turning. He's being hounded by the Central Kingston player. And that ball blocked by Alvin Nelson. Ronaldo Henry now can collect for Central Kingston and search forward on the left flank. And it is Ronaldo Henry trying to use his speed and his body weight to get the play off the ball, but it falls back to Central Kingston through Alvin Nelson, who sent it up for Ronaldo Henry. Henry on the ball at the moment, just skips by the play and tried to send that one inside, and appeal for handled ball by Ronaldo Henry, but referee was hearing none of it. Jarrett sends that. Now it's with the captain, the skipper McPherson, who sends that one to Evelyn. And Burke tried to use his speed to get by Akeem Smith, but holding Akeem Smith, and it will be a free kick for Central Kingston. So early days here at the Constance Spring football field, and Central Kingston will be looking to get another 3 points. And they would have to be careful, Central Kingston. Both them and Brownstown share the same goal difference of +7. And they've scored 12 and conceded 5, while Brownstown have scored 11 and conceded 4. So they have the same goal difference as Brownstown, but Brownstown are 2 points behind them. So they're on 18, Brownstown on 16. A ball swung inside, headed out by Akil Gardner. And Santos trying to get possession, but Akil Gardner now sends that one, trying to find Kareem Brown. And there was a foul there by Akil Gardner on Jarrett. And so it will be a free kick for Santos. Take it quickly. Ball sent forward, finding Shea Smith. Shea Smith has time and space, and he will be challenged by Jaheim Henry. Ball swung inside, but collected by the skipper, Palmer. Thrown quickly for Akeem Robotham. He'll latch onto it. He'll be challenged by Shea Smith. He just turns, finds Jaheim Brown, who sends that one across to Akil Gardner. And he is fouled by Sheldon Jones, so it will be a free kick for Central Kingston. And Akil Gardner ends up leaving it. The ball sent forward and came off Clive Jarrett, so it will be a throw for Central Kingston. And Akeem Robotham leaves that for Jaheim Henry, who sends that ball forward. And finding Kareem Brown. Kareem Brown trying to get by the defender. And the referee says last touch by Kareem Brown, so it will be a goal kick for Santos. So as I said before, this is match number 8 for both teams, and 2 more matches to be played until the knockout round starts. Akil Gardner sends that ball forward, and Kareem Brown, and that ball sent in the air. Who will latch on to that one? McPherson tried, but he's hounded by the opposing number 8, Ronaldo Henry, but they do get back the ball, however, and unable to latch on to that one is Evelyn. But that ball sent forward, trying to find Ronaldo Henry, but it will be collected by the goalkeeper, Nico Jolly. Ball sent forward now for Santos. Santos has an opportunity and hounded now, and he does foul the Central Kingston player, so it will be free kick for Central Kingston. And the man who is fouled takes that free kick now is Akil Gardner. Sends that one back. Burton sends that one forward to Alvin Nelson. A known player to be all around the park, Alvin Nelson. Sends that one back for Smith, Jaheim Brown. And he is hounded. Now it's Akeem Robotham. And they tried to leave that one, but Jaheim Brown wasn't running any at all. And instead it's with Shaquille Battis, who sends that ball forward, intercepted by Henry. But McPherson still has the ball now for Santos, and running now is Shea Smith, getting by Andre Smith. But too much on it for the number 10. And that one going to touch for a throw. Take it quickly. Sheldon Jones now sends that one across for Jarrett. Jarrett decides to switch the wing now. Hogarth Henry sends that ball across. And that ball swung inside. Almost giving up possession now. It's Jarrett. Jarrett sends that ball across. Should have gone for the strike. And now Fabrizio Burton collects that one for Central Kingston. Chested, however. Now it's with Jaheim Brown of Central Kingston. Looking for a pass. Finds Ronaldo Henry. Beautiful turn there to get by the defender. And defensive work by Santos. Headed out by Battis, but collected once more through Akil Gardner for Central Kingston. And nobody forward. And it chested down there. And it's Michael James on the ball. Swings that one inside, but too much on it, and it goes behind. Not enough curve. It goes behind for a goal kick to Santos. So nobody able to settle at the moment. Jarrett sends that ball forward for McPherson. And Michael James with the foul, and will be a free kick for Santos. And Sheldon Jones will take this one. And he goes for goal. And that one wide of the target, so it will be a goal kick taken quickly. Now it's with Jaheim Brown. Brown of Central Kingston on the ball. Sends that one trying to find Ronaldo Henry. Intercepted by Jarrett of Santos. Collected by Akeem Robotham. Now sends it over to Akil Gardner. Gardner sends it further across to find James, but he couldn't latch on to that one, and that ball goes into touch for a throw to Santos. Taken quickly. McPherson sends that one across. Finding Hogarth Henry, sends it to Sheldon Jones. Now it's with the skipper McPherson once more. Henry on the ball looking for a pass. Intercepted. Central Kingston back with possession. Ball sent across for Ronaldo Henry. He will be challenged, or was challenged by Roy Evelyn. Challenges once more the number 11. Chips that ball forward trying to find Kareem Brown, but defensive work again by Santos. Headed that ball forward. Now intercepted once more, and now it is over to Central Kingston. And Central Kingston turning is Alvin Nelson, but again the defense of Santos wins in the end. And now it's with the skipper who sends it back for Henry. Sending that ball forward, trying to find Burke. And instead, latch on to it is Roy Evelyn. Now it's with Burke. Burke couldn't keep that one. And it's still with Santos. McPherson on the ball. The skipper tried to send that one inside the 18-yard box. And Jaheim Henry once more does his defensive work, but he gives that ball away to Roy Evelyn. And his ball tackled. And the referee says no. And that ball sent forward, and couldn't latch on to that one, Kareem Brown. That wasn't a bad ball, actually. Just that if he had a little bit more speed, probably would have caught to that one. But opportunity wasted. Shea Smith now on the ball for Santos. And going to him is Jaheim Brown, and collected there by Akeem Robotham. Now it's with Ronaldo Henry. He will be challenged by Shaquille Battis. He turns away from Battis. Trying to find Kareem Brown, but blocked by Shaquille Battis, headed on by Jarrett, but intercepted once more by Akeem Robotham. He gives the ball away to Shea Smith. Now it's with Shea Smith. He surges forward, and he's fouled by Ronaldo Henry, and it will be a free kick for Santos. 13 minutes gone in this encounter, and it's still 0-0. Central Kingston will have to be careful, because if they do draw this game, then they will be 3 points ahead, and Brownstown will have an opportunity to take back the lead for the first time in a couple of matches. So Central Kingston has to be careful. And too much on that ball from Jarrett to Evelyn. So no one to claim that in the end. And it seems to be a goal kick for Central Kingston. Kareem Brown skips by the Santos defender. It's still Kareem Brown, the number 7, sends that one trying to find Alvin Nelson. Central Kingston still have possession, however. It's Alvin Nelson to Ronaldo Henry. Ronaldo Henry goes forward, hounded by about 3 players, and a foul inside. And it's a foul actually just outside the 18-yard box. It's a penalty? And the referee says it's a penalty, pointed to the spot. So the cameraman here is making his decision for himself. So it's just outside the 18-yard box, the referee says. And the referee says Ronaldo Henry was fouled. And that was actually a swipe at Smith. And I'm not sure what's going on. Oh, wow. He did attempt to hit him in the face. I'm not sure if he did actually hit him, but I mean, if the referee, he's lucky the referee didn't see that one. Probably would have been red carded, because the intent sometimes is all you need to be sent off. And now an opportunity for them to take the lead. And a strike there, and nothing in the end from Alvin Nelson. So it will be a goal kick for Santos. That ball sent across. And Burton sends that ball forward for Nelson. Nelson sends that one across. And now it's with Ronaldo Henry of Central Kingston. Ball sent forward and intercepted. And a challenge. And now it's Shea Smith who heads that ball over Jaheim Henry. And he has Timon Smith, Shea Smith. And he turns by the player. And he falls on the ground, but intercepted once more. And the referee says no foul. And Shea Smith is down. And he hits the floor in pain and agony. Just heads the ball over Jaheim Brown and just went forward. And then just turns by the player. Zidane and Cristiano Knight turn. And just left the player on the floor. And the player, to be honest, just tried and attempted to get back from the number 10 for Santos, Shea Smith, and then just his attempt failed, and ended up on the floor. But Shea Smith is still on the floor for Santos. And as the players some of the players just getting hydrated and getting instructions from the coaching staff. And the free kick for Santos will be taken by Sheldon Jones. And what will he do? Goes directly to goal, but low and hard, straight into the wall. Not the best kick by Burke, but they do have it. And McPherson, his ball gone over the bar, so it will be a goal kick for Central Kingston. The danger averted. And that ball sent forward and latched on by Brown, but Central Kingston lose possession. Sheldon Jones sends that ball for Jarrett. Jarrett's ball taken off him by Gardner, who sends it back for Fabrizio Burton. And not sure if that was a defensive clearance or tried to find somebody in the attacking third for Central Kingston. In the end, it falls to the goalkeeper, Nico Jolly. Jolly decides to send that one forward. Headed out by Fabrizio Burton. And collected now by Central Kingston through that man Henry, who sends that ball forward. And that ball sent across, and Central Kingston was on the back foot for a little bit, but they collect the ball once more. Alvin Nelson on the ball now for Central Kingston. And that ball sent forward for Kareem Brown, and Kareem Brown will try to chase, headed out by Nico Jolly. And that was a very dangerous pass there. And Akil Gardner on the ball, but he's fouled by Sheldon Jones, so it will be a free kick for Central Kingston. And that was a telling ball to Kareem Brown. And again, the supplier, Akeem Robotham, and I tell you, the match that they won here, as Kareem Brown almost latched on to that one that they won last week. And Kareem Brown, the guy who scored 2 goals for them, his first assist, or his first supplier, was actually Akeem Robotham. So if there's a connection there, I guess. As we see Akeem Robotham now intercepts that ball, lobs that ball forward, trying to find Kareem Brown, and does. Gets by the defender, tried to get by Shaquille Battis, but too much in the end. And it will be a corner. Referee says it goes behind. Ball swung inside the 18-yard box. Headed out by McPherson. And Akeem Smith will let that one go into touch for a throw. Throw taken. Ronaldo Henry on the ball now for Central Kingston. Still Ronaldo Henry. Sends it over to Alvin Nelson. Tried to send it forward for Ronaldo Henry. Will take a shot and blocked. And Shaquille Battis, ball sent forward but intercepted now. And ball sent inside, trying to find Kareem Brown once more. Intercepted once more by Akeem Robotham, who sends that one inside for Kareem Brown. Nobody there to latch on to that ball from Kareem Brown. Now it's the number 7 for Central Kingston, Kareem Brown. His ball taken up by Shaquille Battis, and ball sent it to touch, last touch by Ronaldo Henry, and it will be a throw. Burke on the ball now. Sent forward, trying to find Shea Smith, but intercepted. And Shea Smith collects that one, and a no-one opportunity for Shea Smith. Ball sent across, but I thought he would have gone for the shot in the end, Shea Smith. And instead, sent that ball across. Jaheim Brown not having the best match so far. And the ball now in play for Santos. And collects that one for Garth Henry. Henry looking for a pass. Ends up finding Roy Evelyn. Evelyn on the ball. He's taking off the ball. Now it's with Ronaldo Henry. His ball intercepted now, and it's with Shea Smith. Smith of Santos sends that ball across. And McPherson heads that ball, almost getting intercepted by Alvin Nelson, but he does retain possession for Santos. Sheldon Jones now. Ball swung just outside the 18-yard box, and Santos just outside, and they've been looking for a strike but can't find it. Santos on the ball now. Hogarth Henry sends that ball for Shaquille Battis. Ball intercepted by Akeem Robotham, who sends that ball forward for Kareem Brown. Kareem Brown, it's a 2-on-1 basically, and that ball sent across by Kareem Brown but intercepted. And it's with Ronaldo Henry. Henry sends that one across to Alvin Nelson and tried to lob that one for Ronaldo Henry, but still danger. And collected now by Jolly. So, a player down at the moment for Santos. And he's up and ready. And the ball sent forward by Nico Jolly. And Alvin Nelson heads that one, trying to find Akeem Robotham, but headed out. And the Central Kingston now with possession. Ball sent forward. Too much in the end. So that goes behind for a goal kick to Santos. And almost 20 and a half minutes gone in this contest, and still a stalemate here at the Constant Spring Football Field. This is the first of two doubleheaders for KSAFA Super League. And then after this match, don't go anywhere. It will be Brownstown. They face off against Rockfort. You see a ball swung across for Jaheim Henry. Not the best of games, Jaheim Henry so far. Looking to improve. And now it's with Akeem Robotham. He is challenged by Jarrett. Sends that one across for Jaheim Brown. Brown on the ball, sent forward. His ball intercepted by Jeffrey Grant. Defensive effort there by Grant, but Central Kingston has possession. Now it's Akil Gardner. He's challenged by Evelyn, taken. And now it's with Shaquille Battis. Ball sent forward for Roy Evelyn. Gets his start tonight. And send that ball for Burke, and too much back for Evelyn. But the last touch by Smith, and it will be a throw for Santos. Santos looking for 3 points in this match. It will be their first win of the season. They're on 2 points. And They're looking for 3 points today, and it will be just another day in the office for Central Kingston. If they do get 3 points, they will be on 21, 5 points ahead of Brownstown at the moment, and they would have to be careful if they draw this game. Them and Brownstown are on the same goal difference. Even though they've scored one, they've conceded one more. Even though they've scored one more than Santos. Too many tricks in there and almost lose it. Shea Smith sends it across to Clive Jarrett, who sends that ball across and finding Hogarth Henry. Hogarth Henry takes that one down and tried to send it for his teammate Gavin Burton, but intercepted. Santos still have possession, however. Burke tried to send that one for Burton, and last touch by James, and it will be a throw to Santos. Throw now for Santos. Sent forward and a beautiful turn. In the end, Roy Evelyn. Still Roy Evelyn. Sent that one across to Burke. Burke sends that one across. Now, finding Shea Smith. Shea Smith will be challenged by Henry. Lays off. And defensive work there. But it's still with Santos. Sheldon Jones on the ball now. Sends that one for Clive Jarrett. Clive Jarrett tried to turn by Akeem Robotham. Advantage play there by the referee. Hogarth Henry now for Santos. Sends that one inside the 18-yard box. Headed out by Smith. Not dealt with entirely. Now it's dealt with by Fabrizio Burton. And he will be challenged, Shaquille Battis, by Kareem Brown. And he collects the ball, Kareem Brown. And that was just lazy defending. But goes into touch for a throw. Recovers, but that was not the best defending in the end from Shaquille Battis. And loses possession for Santos. Throw. Jaheim Brown back to Ronaldo Henry. Henry on the ball. He's challenged by Clive Jarrett. Sends that one for Jaheim Brown. Brown sends that one to Henry, but too much. And couldn't control that one properly. Shea Smith sends that to Shaquille Battis. And sends that ball forward. Meets the head of Akil Gardner. And that one now by Hogarth Henry. He's being challenged by Alvin Nelson. Hogarth Henry still on the ball for Santos. Sent forward for Burke. He's now challenged. And McPherson sends that one across. And just tried to clip it over the head of the Central Kingston player. But they do lose possession. And now it is with Central Kingston. Central Kingston on the ball. Ball sent forward. And that's not a bad ball in the end. Kareem Brown on the ball. He has the option. And decides not to use it. And collected by Jolly. And Shea Smith ball intercepted by Akil Gardner. And now it is with Central Kingston once more. Ball sent across for Alvin Nelson. And his ball is taken off. But there's a player still down on the field for Central Kingston. Medical team is now summoned for Central Kingston. And just to give you some information as to why Shantaboy Taylor is not there for Central Kingston, he's actually on trial in England for Stoke City. He is one of the players, seems to be for the Digital Kickstart Foundation, and he will be on trial for Stoke City. Not the only schoolboy footballer that will be on trial. The likes of Lamar Walker, Norman Campbell, Emilio Rousseau, they're going to be on trial in England as well. So that was the reason why Shantamoy Taylor hasn't been used in a couple of matches. They didn't want to risk any injury for Shantamoy Taylor, Central Kingston. And that's the reason why he hasn't been playing and wasn't even on the cards for Central Kingston for a couple of matches. So good luck to him. And I hope he's able to make use of the opportunity. And also the other schoolboy footballers as well. And they actually left today. So good luck to them and safe travel. They've probably reached England already. It's always a lengthy flight to England. As we see the player being treated, and he was taken off momentarily, and it will be a drop ball, and it is. He allows that one to run into touch Jaheim Brown, and it will be a throw to Central Kingston. Throw taken to Akeem Robotham. He's been challenged by Shea Smith, and he shrugs off the challenge. Sends it for Alvin Nelson. Alvin Nelson on the ball now. Trying to send that ball forward for Akeem Brown, but unable to. Central Kingston now through McPherson. Sends that ball across for Henry. Henry sends that one for Sheldon Jones. Jones looking for a pass. Trying to find Roy Evelyn. Headed out by Akeem Smith. And Jaheim Brown now on the ball. Sends that one for Akil Gardner. Akil Gardner will latch on to that one. Gets by Sheldon Jones and Clive Jarrett. Sends that one across for Alvin Nelson, who sends it further up for Kareem Brown. Kareem Brown now just outside the 18-yard box for Central Kingston. Decides to send it for Ronaldo Henry. Unable to latch on. 50-50 challenge. But in the end, Santos gets the win in terms of a challenge. And there's a player down on the field. It's actually Tarek Burke of Santos, and he's still down on the field. Seems to be a collision, and he hasn't gotten up. Almost 35 minutes gone, so just over 10 minutes left in the first half, and it's still a stalemate. And we talked about Central Kingston. They have, I guess, fixed their late goal spells in terms of getting wins. They've always been a second half team, kind of like an Everton, so to speak. And we see Santos now on the ball, and it's actually a foul just outside the 18-yard box. Foul on Roy Evelyn, so it will be a free kick just outside the 18-yard box for Santos. And an opportunity now for Santos to strike first here in this match. 35.5 minutes gone in this contest. By my watch, that's about 9.5 minutes left in the first half. And an opportunity now for them to strike first. We see Tariq Burke over the ball. We see Clive Jarrett over the ball. Evelyn as well. And an opportunity for them to go ahead in this contest. It will be actually Clive Jarrett to take the free kick, and a ball sent inside, but wide of the target, so it will be a goal kick for Central Kingston. So, goal kick taken. Headed by Sheldon Jones, now headed by Shea Smith. And Roy Evelyn couldn't latch on, so it will be a throw to Central Kingston. And they're trying to find Akeem Robotham, and does, but covered up by Shea Smith. Sheldon Jones lobs that ball further forward, trying to find Clive Jarrett, and it is a foul by Jaheim Brown, and it will be a free kick for Santos. A free kick taken, headed by Andre Smith, into touch for a throw to Santos. Take it quickly. Clive Jarrett now on the ball for Santos. And the yellow and blue outfit. And that shot by Sheldon Jones, not the best decision in the end, in my opinion. So that goes behind for a goal kick to Central Kingston. Goal kick taken. And nobody able to latch on but the Santos player, Garth Henry. And Kareem Brown decides to send that one across for Akeem Robotham, but covered up by Shaquille Battis. Shea Smith now trying to send that ball forward for Tariq Burke. And headed out there by Fabrizio Burton, goes behind for a throw. Take it quickly now. It's with McPherson on the ball for Santos. And defensive work there by Central Kingston. Goes behind, and it will be a goal kick for Central Kingston. And just some international news for you. Birmingham City in the English Championship has been deducted 9 points, actually. They were deducted 9 points. I'm not sure if it was actually the incident where the Birmingham City fan actually came onto the field and struck Gremish, who was the captain for Aston Villa. In their 1-0 win, Aston Villa, he actually scored the winner. So I'm not sure if Gremish, his attack by the fan, I'm not sure if that was the reason why they got 9 points deducted from them. So I'm gonna get more news on that as well. And also Cristiano Ronaldo was fined actually 20,000 euros for his celebration. And also Neymar has been fined for his criticism of the UEFA officials as well. So not only do we bring local news and streams, but we do bring international news as well. So we'll try to look forward to give you some international news for the different streams, whether Red Stripe Premier League or KSAFA Super League as well. And don't forget, the playoffs start on Sunday. The playoffs start on Sunday. And we will have to say we will be doing the stream of Mount Pleasant and UA. So Mount Pleasant and UA. That one is at 5:30 at the Anthony Spalding Sports Complex. And that will be done exclusively on the website and the mobile app. You have to download the mobile app and subscribe to the website islandsports.net. It's 500 Jamaican dollars per month. And you get all kinds of football content on the website and or mobile app as well if you're on the go. Throw taken by Central Kingston. Now it's with Ronaldo Henry on the ball. Sends that ball across for Akil Gardner, who actually hasn't been starting for quite a bit in a couple of matches for Central Kingston. He's back into the starting lineup now. Shea Smith for Santos, turning by Akil Gardner, sends that one over for Garth Henry. Henry trying to send that ball forward for Burke. Now it's with Jeffrey Grant. He's being hounded and he loses possession for Santos. Kareem Brown sends that one across, trying to find Alvin Nelson. Shaquille Battis sends that one for Nico Jolly, who sends that ball forward. And he does lose possession, McPherson. And he does regain possession, McPherson. But he loses it once more. Now it's with Akil Gardner. Akil Gardner sends that one for Ronaldo Henry. Could not latch onto that one properly. Defensive work there. Headed out by Burton. And an offside call on the skipper. And the free kick will be taken by Burton. Decides to send that one across to Andre Smith. Smith, who was actually not in the lineup last week. He's back in the lineup now. Ronaldo Henry search forward and trying to send that one inside. And it's actually a last touch by a Santos player, Clive Jarrett. So it will be a corner for Central Kingston. 43 and a half minutes gone in the first half and in this contest. So about 1.5 minutes left in regular time. And added time as we see a ball sent inside, cleverly done, and a shot there and collected by Nico Jolly. He was moving Akeem Robotham and wanted a strike like Juan Mata against Leicester City. Juan Mata was actually moving as well when he got that strike and went into the back of the net, and Akeem Robotham wanted that one as well, but unable to, straight into the hands of Nico Jolly. But Central Kingston have possession. Ronaldo Henry, he will be challenged by Clive Jarrett. Gets by Clive Jarrett. Ball swung inside the 18-yard box and a shot. And that ball was traveling, but the speed was reduced by Battis straight into the hands of Jolly. And now it's with Santos, headed on by McPherson. And back with the skipper, sending that ball forward, trying to find Roy Evelyn, but unable to. Covered up by Brown. And now it's with James. James sends that one back. And Jakeem Brown now once more sends it across to Michael James. Michael James on the ball now for Central Kingston. Kareem Brown now. He's being tackled by McPherson. He turns, decides to turn back and send it to his teammate in defense, who sends that one across to Akeem Robotham. Robotham sends that ball forward for Ronaldo Henry. Ronaldo Henry turns by Jarrett, decides to send that ball forward, trying to find Jakeem Brown, but too much in the end, and straight to the chest of Nico Jolly. Rolls that one across for Shaquille Battis. Battis on the ball now. Shaquille Battis still. And sending that ball forward, trying to find Evelyn, but headed on by Gardner. And it's being controlled now. Santos on the ball. Roy Evelyn almost loses it. Decides to put that ball for Shea Smith, but Shea Smith in the end couldn't make use of that opportunity on the flank. Central Kingston with possession once more. Akeem Smith sends that ball for Akil Gardner. Akil Gardner sends that one across and gets back possession once more. Kareem Brown now on the ball for Central Kingston. He's being challenged by Hogarth Henry, but he wins the challenge in the end. Again, tries the shot from distance, but blocked by Shaquille Battis, and he will let that one roll into touch for the throw to Central Kingston. Central Kingston on with possession through Jakeem Brown. Couldn't latch on to that one properly initially and tries to get by the player. And the referee says no foul actually. And that ball sent forward only meet the boot of Fabrizio Burton, who loses it. And now it's with Roy Evelyn, sends that one back for McPherson, but defensive work there by Akil Gardner. That one goes into touch and it will be a throw to Santos. Referee was looking at his watch momentarily, because 1 minute in guess of injury time has passed. Checking his watch once more. And that throw taken. Clive Jarrett. And the referee has blown his whistle to signal the end of the first half. No one able to convert any opportunities presented. So at the end of 45 minutes, it is Santos 0, Central Kingston. And we are ready.
The role is to continue to drive for the development of the game here. Although players are selected from clubs abroad, they were developed in the league.
They're really quality players and they have really good attitude, and you get your money's worth.
This match has turned up several gears. An opportunity to lead here.
Oh, that's a handball.
Wow. And the interpretation, Lance, seems to be that the hand prevented the ball from going into the direction of a Waterhouse player. If that is the call and if that's the reasoning, then it is a penalty.
Well, in rainy conditions, Dumble Holden giving up a penalty.
Howell.
Kenroy Howell, prolific scorer for Waterhouse, has the job to strike his team's first goal of the season, and it's it.
That's Gervin Brown, the former UWI man.
It's Gervin Brown with a strike. It's Howell. Left-footed into the corner. Yes, Gervin Brown with a strike. Former UWI man.
Jabari Howell is in his place tonight.
Just some freshen up in the midfield area, and that's where Aberville certainly won the battle tonight.
Lewis. Substitute Howell now gets in. Beckford gets there, but can't keep it in. Samuel to Nairn to Howell.
It's a lot of attributes for the attacking plays.
Last year when they met them, good corner swinging to the near post. Houghton does really well. Paris with a strike. What a goal! Kaheem Paris strikes his first goal of the season. The former Detail man lights up the scene for Cavalier in Red Stripe Football Mondays.
Against the run of play, Diego Houghton did brilliantly well. Came for the ball early, gave it 2 fists, punched it clear. But Kaheem Paris, and folks, why this goal is special is because this man is very left-footed. This is Nicholas Hamilton's corner. Double punch by Diego Houghton. And look at this, the weaker left foot. Absolutely, that's pure technique. Kids at home, take note. Didn't try to hit it too hard, just tried to catch it properly. A swing of the right boot. That's beautiful, Lance.
Well, he was a Golden Boot winner in the Costa Cup football with scores of goals in his career for Dinthill in the Costa Cup football. But what a strike that was in the top flight for Cavalier tonight.
Very much against the run of play.
And Benbow on the counter-attack for Mount Pleasant. Benbow tumbles over from the challenge from Simpson. Ball slid through there, the goalkeeper. Benbow over the top.
But look when it comes to him. Ball played over the top. Offside, Ricardo Dennis was, but the flag didn't go up. Then it comes to Benbow. First touch, it rides up on him. And Purcell on him in a flash. He had to get rid of the ball quickly. And that's why the shot was harmless in the end. There's Purcell in his line of sight, closing him down.
Benbow, good pace. Still Benbow. Dennis with the effort from just outside the box.
To let that run, there's Campbell going to it, calling for it from Benbow. Gets the call from Ricardo Dennis.
And Marsh battled for the ball. Oh, Benbow does really well here. Wins up corner, ball back and gets it. Touch onto the ball, but doesn't prevent Benbow from taking it. Benbow, multiple step overs from Benbow. Shot blocked from Isaacs. Benbow with a rebound.
Oh, this is Benbow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. Then look at this shot. That was struck with tremendous power on Brian Sharp.
Isaacs. Oh, beautiful turn by Benbow. Daniel Green over the top with the left-footed strike.
Turn from Benbow in midfield. Look at this. Leaves this man for dead. Orlando Brown slips Daniel Green in.
Manning. Benbow. Good pass forward, looking for Hodges. Parchment has seen the end of it.
For the turn and the shot. What a strike! Out of nowhere! Rondy Smith! We have seen some spectacular goals here at the compound, but take a bow.
Well, time stood still. So did the Harborview goalkeeper. This is the throw from Osani Ricketts. One bounce, chest control, and bang! Opportunism at its best. Rondy Smith. Cloovey only goes to fetch because he couldn't save. So here's the goal. That's the goal scorer, Rondy Smith. It's a simple throw. One bounce onto his chest. He turns. Harvey gives him acres of space. And look at that. You couldn't make it up.
Morris. Now the shot take on. Rondy Smith again. Well, he can do no wrong with the spectacular tonight here at the compound. The champions racing away. They lead by 2-0.
Isn't this beautiful? One with the left foot earlier, this one with the right. Takes a touch to set himself, and look at that. Curls it up and over. Morris wanted the call for a foul. Referee let the play run, and what a good thing he did. The ball running for Rondy Smith, just took a touch to get it out of his feet so he could get the back lift. And really bent it through Clovis. Not a chance in goal.
Rondy Smith had 2 brilliant goals in the first half. And it's the difference between these two teams. One with the left, the other with the right. And Christian Clovis, who has had a shaky game so far, really could have done nothing about the goals.
So you thought that gave him confidence, but from the evidence of that, that was poor by any standard. Then for the Rondy Smith strike, I'm not going to be too hard on him. He expected his defenders to do their job. They didn't. And even if he was aware of that, he couldn't have kept it out. Was aware that Rondy Smith was lining up that effort and could do nothing about it. And then...
And of course, he's the scorer of the 2 goals tonight. First with the left. It was a brilliant one. And then the other with the right. Here it is. Fabulous effort by Portmore's number 20. Not bad to open his campaign this season.
They have to be in attack mode all the time.
Gordon going near corner,
oh,
and that
goodness.
one made it in.
Well, it's the worst goalkeeping play we've seen in the soccer world today, but definitely you'd like to see something better out of Marcinkowski here.
To see how the two teams handled the rain delays, we see a giveaway there to Gordon.
Yeah, not the guy you want to give it away to. Gordon fires Sayus again up to the...
Gordon makes the turn there on the delivery. 3 collapse on him, but he's able to break free. Omar in the box. Omar, what a move! Omar can't finish. Great save with the left foot there by Marcinkowski. Onside is Presley. Back across, deflected on save. Gordon the rebound. San Antonio FC, the 2-1 lead.
Covering into, you're going to see that ball come off of Berry, I think, and the leaker keeps it out. Falls right to Omar Gordon, who just drives it back on. There's
King into the area. Here's Gordon making the turn with a strike. Omar Gordon, the equalizer. He's done it again.
Omar Gordon deserves that tonight. He's has done a fantastic job for SAFC tonight and carrying the load in the attack. A great finish, very timely for SAFC.
Morgan still with the ball. The cross inside. Reed, the punch on the front goalkeeper Miller. This match has turned up several gears.
What a save. What a sequence. From the double by Marvin Morgan to the cross by Sims. And Morgan with the cross in the end. Lovely cross. Beautiful goalkeeping. That's a top draw save. Top top drawer. It was coming straight at him.
Disturbed by getting a point from this road trip. And Arnott, if anything, would feel disappointed that they didn't collect 3 points. Here's that save again from Miller from the Fabian Reed volley.
It didn't have the power you would expect, because just to make sure he got it on target, it was the side of his foot that he met it with rather than the instep lance.
Yeah.
Sean Fraser, his shot blocked. McGee trying to stab it forward to Peter Lee Battle. McGee with the effort, the keeper collects. And we are ready.
The role is to continue to drive for the development of the game here. Although players are selected from clubs abroad, they were developed in the league.
They're really quality players and they have really good attitude, and you get your money's worth.
This match has turned up several gears.
People get pile or salad.
And the second half has commenced here at the Constant Spring football field. And it is Central Kingston. They're facing off against Santos. So we see a ball sent forward there. And Akeem Robotham on the ball now. Jarrett to intercept. And now it is with Santos. Shea Smith on the ball. And he is fouled. So it will be a free kick for Santos. And the ball swung straight into the hands of the captain of Central Kingston, Romario Palma. And it's sent forward now, but straight back into possession for Santos. And that ball, not the greatest ball in the end, and not the greatest defensive work by Akil Gardner. And so that one goes into touch for a throw to Santos. And still, the throw hasn't been taken just yet. McPherson leaves it. And it will be Gavin Burton that will take the throw. Throw taken, intercepted by Nelson. Now it's with Ronaldo Henry, who sends that ball forward and trying to find Kareem Brown. And the defensive work there handled by Shaquille Batty, sends it across to Shea Smith. And Tariq Burke tried to latch on, but defensive work by Central Kingston. But it's back in the possession of Santos. Clive Jarrett now on the ball for Santos, twisting and turning. Challenged by one, challenged by another, but his ball intercepted. And now it's with Alvin Nelson, who sends it across to Romario Henry. And Henry has an opportunity to maybe go for goal or send it to a teammate, but defensive work there by Jeffrey Grant. They do have possession, Central Kingston. Akeem Robotham sends that one across to Jaheim Brown. Brown now on the ball. And looking for a pass and finds Akil Gardner. Gardner turning back, challenged by Shea Smith. And has to go back for Andre Smith. His ball intercepted by McPherson. Now it's with Shea Smith. Shea Smith sends that further for Tariq Burke. And now they can chase. Santos on the ball now. And that pass was blocked by Akeem Smith. And it's actually a foul committed by Akeem Robotham, so it will be a free kick for Santos. Ball swung inside the 18-yard box, and the referee is just calling for a goal kick, it seems. Yes, it is a goal kick. So a stalemate here still, and no team able to break the deadlock in the first half. We'll see what happens in the second. McPherson, ball swung over to Shea Smith. Shea Smith will try to keep that one under control, goes into touch for a throw to Central Kingston. Take it quickly. Now it's with Akeem Robotham for Central Kingston, sends that one across for Akil Gardner, and now to Ronaldo Henry. Henry on the ball now. And Ronaldo Henry still looking for a pass and finds Alvin Nelson. Nelson sends it up for Ronaldo Henry. Almost loses it, Ronaldo Henry. Didn't know where the ball went. And it's Central Kingston now. Ball swung over to Michael James. Michael James to Ronaldo Henry. Henry on the ball, takes a shot. And wide of the target. And it goes behind for a goal kick to Santos. So, the other match at 8:30, don't forget, it is Brownstown. They're facing off against Rockfort. And Brownstown, if this match ends in a draw, will be looking to get 3 points and go atop the table once more. But this match is not finished. The second half has just started. And we'll see if Central Kingston grabs 3 points, if there will be a draw, or Santos does get their first win of the season. Remember, 7 games have played, 3 games left. This is the 8th game for both teams. So that means after this match has been concluded, 2 matches will be played. After this, for both Central Kingston and Santos, and then we head to the playoffs. Ball sent forward now for Akeem Robotham. Defensive work there by Shaquille Battis. And that ball sent across now to Shea Smith, who sends it back for the number 5 for Santos. Shaquille Battis, who sends it across for Clive Jarrett. Jarrett just turning and looking for a pass. Finds Tariq Burke. Burke on the ball now. He was being hounded by Andre Smith. Plays the advantage, the referee. And now it's with McPherson, who sends that ball. It's not a bad ball to Tariq. Or that is actually Shea Smith. And he doesn't deal with that ball well. And it goes behind for a goal kick to Central Kingston. So they had some spells, Santos, and couldn't make use of that one. And so the magic is gone. And it will be a goal kick for Central Kingston. Just 6.5 minutes gone in the second half, by my estimation. And now Kareem Brown gets that ball from Shaquille Battis. He will look for a pass, and he's still on the ball now. He will try to get by Jeffrey Grant and unable to. Instead, he goes into the 18-yard box and leaves the ball for Akeem Robotham. It's now Akeem Robotham on the ball, and he's being hounded by Jeffrey Grant. And the referee says it's a throw for Santos, and not a foul. And Akeem Robotham not agreeing with the decision. And it goes out once more, and it will be another throw. Central Kingston now. Defensive work there by Fabrizio Burton. And trying to latch on to that one is Kareem Brown. Headed out by Gavin Burton, now with McPherson, the captain. And the referee says it's a foul on the captain, the skipper. And it will be a free kick for Santos. Opportunity now. Roy Evelyn behind this one. 4-man wall or 3-man wall built by Central Kingston, and the ball swung inside over the crossbar. And it will be a goal kick for Central Kingston. Central Kingston on the back foot, but defense now will try to come into play as a ball swung up by Michael James. Now will be latched on by Alvin Nelson. Alvin Nelson on the ball now. Surges forward. He will be challenged by Gavin Burton. Gavin Burton wins that challenge, sends that one across for Sheldon Jones. Tries to get by Akil Gardner. And now challenged by Alvin Nelson. Turns away from Nelson. Sends that one across for Shea Smith. Shea Smith goes forward, drifts inside the center circle. Decides to send it for McPherson, who sends it across to Roy Evelyn. Headed out there. And it's an offside call by the Holy Trinity Schoolboy football standout from last season. And that free kick intercepted now. Roy Evelyn on the ball. And a high boot, but they do retain possession. And it will be a throw for Central Kingston. Ronaldo Henry leaves that ball for Michael James. James will take this throw. Finds Akil Gardner. Akil Gardner leaves it for James once more. Ronaldo Henry on the ball. He's being challenged by Burton. Burton takes away the ball and sends it to Sheldon Jones. Now it is the captain, Sherton McPherson. And he sends it to Jones, who sends it across. And finds Shea Smith. Shea Smith sends it back for Clive Jarrett. Jarrett up for Shea Smith. Shea Smith turns. Tries to find Roy Evelyn. Evelyn on the ball now. And he is caught offside. And he's just not timing his run, just a bit eager. And that's why he's being caught offside for the second time in his second possession, or his second touch in Santos' attack. Ball sent forward. Headed out. Sherton McPherson. Is that ball trying to find Burke? Now it's with Sherton McPherson once more. McPherson on the ball. Sends that one for Gavin Burton, who lops that ball forward, trying to find Sherton McPherson, but too much on it, and it goes into touch for a throw. Michael James once more takes the throw, trying to find Ronaldo Henry. Henry loses it, but Alvin Nelson gains possession. Was challenged by Sherton McPherson, but he does win that challenge. And now it is with Akeem Robotham. He is challenged by Shea Smith. Shea Smith will shield Akeem Robotham off the ball, and he allows that one to go into touch for a throw. And it will be a substitution, the first substitution of this contest. And it's Andre Smith that comes off for Central Kingston. And coming on is Ewan Murphy. So Andre Smith comes off, Ewan Murphy comes on. As we see Clive Jarrett on the ball for Santos, sends that one across for Grant, who sends it forward for Burton. He didn't chest that one down properly, but regains his composure, and now it is with Clive Jarrett. Jarrett just drifting outside the center circle, now into enemy territory. Jarrett decides to send that one across for Gavin Burton. Gavin Burton chests that one down, sends that one across, trying to find Burke. Didn't. So that one goes into touch for a throw to Santos. Jones. Not the greatest pass in the end. Intercepted now by Ronaldo Henry. Henry thinks he's the run of Alvin Nelson. Alvin Nelson changes the direction of his run, and that ball sent across to Kareem Brown. And Kareem Brown now an opportunity. And his strike blocked by Battis. And Jarrett will try to latch on. And he does. Jarrett sends that ball forward, intercepted now. And now it's with Akeem Robotham, who sends that forward for Jaheim Brown. And his ball intercepted. Tried to latch on Jaheim Brown once more. But defensive work by Santos. And Burke would try to latch on. Tariq Burke challenges the man for Brizio Burton. And Burton sends that one into touch, and it will be a throw to Santos. Almost 59 minutes gone in this contest. And by my estimation, that's just over 21 minutes left. And a strike there, wide of the target by Sherton McPherson. So it will be a goal kick. It's actually 31 minutes left. So it will be a throw. And that ball went into touch. It will be a throw for Central Kingston. Ball sent forward, trying to find Ronaldo Henry. And the referee says it goes into touch, last touch by Gavin Burton. So it will be another throw. And back to Ronaldo Henry once more. Ronaldo Henry tried to turn by Gavin Burton. Ronaldo Henry sends that ball across and ends up finding Jaheim Brown. But his ball taken by Shea Smith. And Shea Smith uses his speed and gets inside the 18-yard box. But defensive work by Central Kingston. That ball goes behind, and it will be a corner. Pressure applied by Santos in the second half. And they're getting a lot of the opportunities. Free kicks, the corners. And it will be another opportunity for Santos to break the deadlock. It's still 0-0 here at the Constant Spring football field. Just over 60 minutes gone in this contest. If it stays like this, Brownstown have an opportunity to go ahead and go back to the top of the table. Corner. Ball swung inside the 18-yard box. Drifts out, but right back in. But defensive work there by Central Kingston. And that was a push by Gavin Burton. And Ronaldo Henry just warning Gavin Burton, and the referee now coming in and just trying to quell the situation. And Ronaldo Henry started it, but there's another fight there by Jeffrey Grant, Alvin Nelson, and Michael James. And just to quell the situation once more, and Jeffrey just a little shove there on Alvin Nelson. And still, the referee not able to quell the situation, and now it is calm for a bit. And they say there's a calm before the storm. When will the storm be if this is probably the calm of the whole situation? Tariq Burke, however, now for Santos. And he's being challenged by Akeem Robotham. Still has the ball, but Akeem Robotham takes him off the ball. And now it's Akeem Robotham for Central Kingston. Drifts into enemy territory, sends it to Ronaldo Henry. Henry on the ball now. Still Henry. Swung that one inside the 18-yard box, but meets the chest of the defender for Santos and right into the hands of Nico Jolly. McPherson now sends that ball across for Tariq Burke. Burke now will latch on and turns, but meets into a defender. Jarrett now. Sheldon Jones over to Burton. Burton on the ball now. Sends that ball forward, trying to find Burke. And it will be a free kick, as there is a card there issued. And it will be Ronaldo Brown that receives the first booking here in the contest. Another free kick for Santos. Ball swung inside and straight into the hands of Palmer. And that was an opportunity for Santos. Will be a throw for Santos. Almost 64 minutes gone in this contest. Still a stalemate. Will be a throw for Central Kingston. Throw taken. Akeem Robotham back to Brown. Sends it forward, trying to find Kareem Brown, but unable to. Jarrett. His ball tackled by Akil Gardner, but it's back with Santos. Jarrett over for Jones. Jones forward for Hogarth Henry. Henry on the ball now. Trying to get past Michael James. Does. And now it's with Sheldon Jones once more. His ball tackled. Now it's with Alvin Nelson. And loves that ball forward, Michael James, but meets the head of Gavin Burton. Clive Jarrett on the ball now. Hounded by two Central Kingston players. Turns. And turns once more. Looking for a pass. Finds the man Hogarth Henry. Henry on the ball now. Sends it forward for Tariq Burke. Burke on the ball now. Ronaldo Brown drifting and sliding back. And Santos has possession still. Have an opportunity, but ball intercepted by James. Wayward pass in the end. And too much for Ronaldo Brown or Ronaldo Henry. Through taken. Now it's Clive Jarrett. Once more on the ball. Turning. Tried to turn by Alvin Nelson. And the referee says it's a throw for Central Kingston. Taken quickly. And now Ronaldo Henry on the ball. And he has an opportunity. Jeffrey Grant on the ball now. And that ball goes into touch, and it will be a throw for Central Kingston. Akil Gardner. And couldn't read the run there of Jaheim Brown. And it's a handed ball by Shea Smith, so it will be a free kick for Central Kingston. Ball swung inside the 18-yard box and not dealt with properly by Jolly. And that is a corner for Central Kingston. And the referee just telling Gavin Burton to step off, but drifted inside the 18-yard box is Ronaldo Henry, and defensive work once more by Santos. Goes behind for another corner. And another opportunity for Central Kingston to break the deadlock. Ball swung inside the 18-yard box, headed out by Battis. Central Kingston has possession once more. Akeem Robotham sends that one across for Kareem Brown. Brown on the ball now, swinging that one inside the 18-yard box to the back post. And it's Ronaldo Henry, now Alvin Nelson. And his strike in the end, not able to meet any target. And it's still Central Kingston. Kingston on the ball now. And he fell inside the 18-yard box, but the referee says no foul, no penalty. And Santos can now attack. Hits the counter. Shea Smith on the ball. Oh, that was a clattering challenge. The referee says no foul. And Akil Gardner now on the ball, drifting inside enemy territory. Finds Ronaldo Henry. Henry on the ball now for Central Kingston. Will drift inside the 18-yard box. And the referee says no foul. And the referee says it's a goal kick for Santos. 68 minutes gone in this matchup. And Jarrett is down on the field at the moment for Santos. And Toussaint Peart is now attending to Clive Jarrett. And this would be Central Kingston's first stalemate of the season, if it stays like this, and this will be Santos's third draw of the season. And this would then present one of the teams that are playing at 8:30, Brownstown. It will present them with an opportunity to go ahead in Zone B, because remember, these two teams are on the same goal difference, +7, as Central Kingston has scored 12 and conceded 5, while Brownstown have scored 11 and conceded 4. So any positive result for Brownstown, any 3 points, either way you want it, by a 1-goal margin, a 2-goal margin, a 3-goal margin, it means that Central Kingston will be back in second place. Jones sends that one across for Shaquille Battis, who sends that ball forward, trying to find Shea Smith. Headed out by Fabrizio Burton. Headed on. No. And Santos would try to salvage something here through Shea Smith, but that ball intercepted. Battis now on the ball for Santos. Shaquille Battis. And he sends that one across, trying to find Roy Evelyn, who heads that ball for Gavin Burton, but it will be actually a free kick for Santos. Just over 70.5 minutes gone in this encounter. And I would think that Roy Evelyn would want to go for goal, because he is the only one that is behind the ball. And an opportunity now for Roy Evelyn and Santos to break the deadlock. 4-man wall built now, as we see Dante Green getting ready. But this will be the free kick. It's over the bar, and it will be a goal kick for Central Kingston. And Roy Evelyn, as I said, gets his start today. Normally he's on the bench for Santos, and gets his start today in this KSAFA Super League action. And there will be a substitution for Santos. Dante Green comes on for Santos. Actually, there's two changes. Jabari Chance will be looking to come on. Roy Evelyn comes off. And Gavin Burton. So Gavin Burton comes off, and Jabari Chance comes on, and then Dante Green just getting his shin guards from Roy Evelyn, and he will come on for the number 11. Ball swung for Kareem Brown, and it's still not dealt with. And Kareem Brown just unable to latch on to that one once more. And Nico Jolly for the last 10 minutes or so hasn't had the best spell. Ball sent forward, headed by Jabari Chance, and Tariq Burton couldn't latch on. And the referee says it's a free kick. Ball sent forward, meets the head of Hogarth Henry, but that one goes into touch for a throw. Take it quickly. Ronaldo Henry on the ball now, sends it across to Michael James. Michael James looking for a pass and finds Ronaldo Henry. Henry tries to get by Sheldon Jones, but unable to. And that ball swung, trying to find a Kibra bottom, and he latches on. Oh, that was close. Wide up the target. And I believe that was actually the best chance for both teams here in this competition, here in this encounter. And a mistake by the defenders. Miscommunication. And Akeem Robotham presented with a golden chance to put Central Kingston ahead. That ball sent to no one in the Santos shirt. And Palmer just looking for a roll, but instead goes for the long pass. Kareem Brown passes it to Jaheim Brown, and Brown now will drift inside the 18-yard box. A chance for Central Kingston now to maybe go ahead. Ball swung inside, but defensive work there. Danger still not averted. And again, Central Kingston have possession once more. They lose it. Dante Green, his pass intercepted by James. And then another wayward pass by Michael James. And that ball swung across for Tariq Burke. And Burke, his ball intercepted by Brown. Ronaldo Brown now passes it to James, and he fouls. Burke fouls James, so it will be a free kick for Central Kingston. And that one going to touch for a throw to Central Kingston. Ronaldo Henry turns by Hogarth Henry. Defensive work attempted, but nice header by Ronaldo Henry to Kareem Brown, but he loses it. And now it's with the substitute Dante Green. Green, that pass just couldn't get that one off before it went over the line, the referee says, and it will be a throw to Central Kingston. The fans actually didn't like that decision, that call, and they're letting the referee have it. And the linesman, particularly the first assistant, Ronaldo Henry now. Back to James, chipping that ball forward, finding no one. And that one goes into touch for a throw. Chested down by Tariq Burke. James now will latch on. Dante Green, however, collects possession for Santos. Dante Green, his ball taken off of him. And now it's Kareem Brown. And he just taken off the ball there with ease by Jeffrey Grant. And now Central Kingston has possession again through Akil Gardner. Gardner sends that ball across for Akeem Robotham. Robotham looking for a pass. Sends that one inside the 18-yard box, trying to find Kareem Brown, but headed on by Grant. Still haven't dealt with properly, and now it is dealt with properly through Sherton McPherson. Sends that ball across, finding Shea Smith. Shea Smith now being challenged by Jaheim Brown and just collects the ball, Jaheim Brown. And now it is with Nelson. Nelson to Gardner. Gardner on the ball now. Sends it across. Ball sent forward by Ronaldo Brown. His ball intercepted by Jarrett. Jarrett looking for a pass, trying to find Shea Smith. And it does. Shea Smith now inside the 18-yard box. And he's being hounded. And Shea Smith still on the ball. And he sends that one into touch, and it will be a throw to Central Kingston. So nobody yet able to convert for either team. As we see a ball here intercepted by Santos. Santos on the ball now. They give up possession once more. Chested down by Shaquille Battis, who sends that one across. Tried to fight Tariq Burke, but straight into the hands of Palmer. Palmer rolls that ball to Ronaldo Brown. Brown now on the ball. Sends that one for Gardner. Gardner back to Ronaldo Brown. Brown sends that ball forward, trying to find Alvin Nelson. And Garth Henry will try to shield it. And the referee says it's a throw to Santos. And it will be a change, this time for Central Kingston. And so it's Romario Davey, he comes on. And Kareem Brown, he comes off. Santos, Dante Green trying to lob that ball forward for Shea Smith, collected by Central Kingston through Jaheim Brown, but it's with Robotham now. Sends that ball across and trying to turn, but it is with Clive Jarrett. And that ball sent it to touch. And Clive Jarrett is still down on the field. Almost 79.5 minutes gone in this contest. Just over 10 minutes left for someone to still break the deadlock. What will happen in the final 10 minutes of this game? Don't forget, at 8:30 will be Brownstown. They're going to face off against Rockfort. And then the playoffs start for the Red Stripe Premier League on Sunday. We'll be streaming UA. They're facing off against Mount Pleasant. And just to inform you that we'll be streaming both games. Ball swung inside the 18-yard box, and trying to latch on to that one is Jeffrey Grant. And the referee says it's a foul, and it will be a free kick for Santos. Another opportunity for Santos to go ahead in this match. And the medical team summoned once more. Just under 9 minutes left in this encounter. Who record their 7th win of the season, Central Kingston, or will this be a stalemate and present Brownstown with an opportunity to go back atop the table. They haven't been atop the table since they lost to Central Kingston a couple of weeks ago. It's been a seesaw battle ever since. Central Kingston only has gotten a negative result once this season. They've won 6 out of 7 matches and only have lost 1. And they've only dropped 3 points this season. There are 10 matches to be played here in the KSAFA Super League, and then we head to the playoffs. So after this, both Santos and Central Kingston have 2 matches left. Then we head for the playoffs, and Santos would love the 3 points because they wouldn't want to go back to the major league. Santos, they wouldn't want to be relegated because we know that the 6th place team would actually be relegated to the major league, and Santos wouldn't want that.